This is a fairly new role in some circumstances. We've got senior engineers, but what we're going to try and do now is we have a lot of projects going on. And what we have failed off in the past is the transition into the service desk. So we want that person who comes in as a the senior service desk manager, analyst to come in and take responsibility of the project as it's in flight. So when it comes to the service desk, they become the they're the SME of the actual subject, so they can transition it across a lot better. So we do need skills like third line support, O365, Azure, and if they've got the experience of project work, and all the better, because they can understand the fundamentals of what needs to be done to deliver it into the service desk, because that's where we have failed in the past, and what we want to do is get better at that. And they will be responsible, and it is quite a responsible job to deliver that service as best they can to us. The core competencies really will be, again, communication. It's always the same day on the service desk. We don't need to be able to, whatever information these people get from the projects and so forth, they need to cascade it down into the service desk, because we'll be supporting it. So they must be a team player again, and they must be able to communicate at any level and be able to take on information and sometimes pass it in a non-technical way, because it won't always be the service desk that we pass the information to. It'll be other people. It might even be the lawyers. But very much a team player, and being able to understand technology and interpret it into a more simpler form. Well, we've got a security role. There's a couple of roles. There's infrastructure, security, and development. Now, the security role is quite a new one, so that's still growing. So if they were interested to move to security, they could move into that direction. Infrastructure is always developing. And again, we've got development, so that we encourage if they want to go in whichever direction they can, we'll give them the training. If they come to us and they ask us about training, and it's relative to the job for a start off, and it is something we can help them with, we will, because we'd rather get people internally to grow. If we've got to go outside, then of course you've got to go outside. But if we can get them to grow internally, then we'll absolutely encourage that, and we'll give them all the tools that they need. They'll have to buy into it themselves, of course, and they have a bit of responsibility. But no, we'll absolutely try and get into it whichever direction we can. But security, infrastructure, and networks is many of the key ones. But if they want to go into management, my job is to get succession planning. So if somebody suddenly looks like they could be a team leader or a manager at some point, then I might look at that. Well, I've been here for about 3 years now, and when my colleagues and my friends thought I'm going to work for a law firm, they were really surprised, because they thought it was very stiff and upper lip. But it's actually not. It's completely the reverse of that. There are some serious people here, and people do want to get their job done, because they're lawyers at the end of the day. But the atmosphere is very friendly. They look out for you, and they appreciate when you do a hard job, when you do a good job. So it is quite nice to work here, and I enjoy coming to work, to be perfectly honest. And now with the new build, it's better again. It's a much more welcoming and enjoyable atmosphere.